Hello everyone and welcome to episode 40 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel, as it is the Best Super Juniors. What a tour to have here as we about to reign in the new year. I can't believe it, as far as in real life, not obviously here in the mod. But man, just want to wish everybody a happy holidays, everyone, because obviously we're going to upload this not on Christmas Eve, as you're seeing it. It's going to be uploaded on Friday here. But, boy, if you're in the U.S., I'm not sure how it is in the rest of the world, as far as I know a lot of, I would say a secondary majority of the people that watch the videos of the channel, they are from the UK, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's not this freezing cold, but maybe it is over there. But it is, right now in the U.S., right now where I'm at, in Ohio, it is -4 degrees. Oh, just went down to -3, or just went up from -3. There we go. So that's where we're at right now. It is super fucking cold. Nice time to stay indoors and to record some TEW, though. My God, as far as this Best Super Juniors tour, should be an exciting one. We're gonna have two blocks, which is going to be fun. Block A of the 1996 Best Super Juniors block is this: Too Cold Scorpio, Black Tiger 2, Chris Candido, Dean Malenko, Eddie Gilbert, El Dandy, Jushin Thunder Liger, Super Astro, Wild Pegasus, and Yoshinari Ogawa. So a lot of gaijins in this, to be honest. Literally the only Japanese talent is Liger and Ogawa. Everybody else is a gaijin. But what a stacked block, though. You're going to get, obviously, Dean and Liger, a rematch there, which that's going to be fantastic. Dean and Wild Pegasus are going to have a match, which they have never had a singles match, to my knowledge, in the save. Neither has Eddie and Dean, which is pretty awesome to think. Obviously, they are lighting up the world in real time at this time. They had already had the ECW matches, but that's just kind of crazy to think where we're at now in the mod to where we started, obviously, in 1992. But, yeah, that's a hell of a block, though. There's a lot of super talented people in that block. Obviously, Candido's been phenomenal for us as of late. El Dandy, I feel like he's made a great debut, even though he doesn't really have the pop for this. But being able to work with a lot of talented guys is going to be a lot of fun to see. Super Astro has been, I think, super underrated. Obviously, having the team with Ultimate Dragon, I think he's had to been in that as far as the second fiddle role, but he has been fantastic on his own. You'll see some big time opportunities for him in that block. As for Block B, we've got Brad Armstrong, El Samurai, Hayabusa, Matsuno Fuchi, Minoru Tanaka, Nuki Sano, Satoru Sayama, Shunichi Funaki, The Great Sasuke, and then Ultimo Dragons. Obviously, this has got literally all but one person is a Japanese native talent. So very much stacked with homegrown talent. This is a great block to really go through, as far as, obviously you have Hayabusa and Ultimo Dragon as far as like the top guys, but you got obviously a legendary figure in Satoru Sayama. Masato Fuchi as well has done, even still at 42 years old, is still doing very well. The Tactical Tactician squad together in the same block, Minoru Tanaka versus Shinichi Funaki, should be a fun one. Nuki Sano's been great. El Samurai coming back from injury, he's looking to do well in that block, and of course Brad Armstrong has been fantastic for us as of late. He obviously hasn't had a major title run or anything, but I think he's going to do very well. I think he matches up well with a lot of guys in that block, and really, I would say both blocks pretty evenly based, as far as there's not like a clear winner. I think they all have multiple chances, as far as multiple people have a chance to win this block legitimately going into it. We'll see how it goes, though, because we're going to put every single match together on one night. So blocks A and B will be competed under one banner. So this will be a 10-day tour. Of course, the 9 days will be just the Best Super Junior. So really, when we get into the actual final show, we'll run through the card and whatnot, because really, I want to put the focus on the juniors for sure this episode, because it's their fucking tour, as far as we don't need to go through the final show, as far as we won't have to run through the card until much later. You see, we signed The Rock as far as Rocky Maivia. I was kind of just bummed out that he was not really, like, I think he entered wrestling, about to say 95, November of 95, and like nobody hired him. So it's just like, well, he's the fucking Rock, so we'll sign him. And I just sent him to Smoky Mountain. Just was like, all right, well, I don't, because I really don't have any plans for Rock right now, because obviously it's the Rock. Like, as far as he's definitely like should be wrestling in the United States, not really here in Japan. But yeah, I mean, obviously, statistically, you know, obviously charisma, the star quality, all that shit. It's kind of funny his acting's only at an 80, but I guess that shows that, yeah, sure, he could be, you know, one of the highest grossing box office attractions in the movie world in the 2020s, even the 2010s too, but no, it's still going to be capped at 80 in acting. I guess that's realistic, though. You don't really start off as a great actor, even though you don't have that experience. Obviously, doesn't really come to fruition until really the SNL skits, I would say. Maybe a little bit before then. He just was never given that opportunity. But enough about The Rock. Let's get on with the tour. The first night here, as we got everything pre-booked, ready to go. First day, of course, we're going to have it be a normal show, as we'll be running FX and Nippon TV. Nice. So it's a 93 last time we ran night one here, as far as in the Tokyo Dome. We'll, I mean, I'm not sure if we'll run the Tokyo Dome again. I'm assuming we will, because it's going to be a sellout. What popularity? Oh, I thought that said 86. I was like, what the hell? No, it's 96. The economy's booming. The wrestling business booming. It's a great time. Great time indeed to be Japanese pro wrestling organization. As for the main event, this is a tough one. You know, because Nuki-Sana Ultimo Dragon's a banger. But so is D. Malenko and Super Astro. We'll go with Ultimo Dragon and Nuki-Sana, though. I know we should probably have a Block A main event night 1 and a Block B match main event night 2, but fuck it. But Nuki-Sana gonna beat Ultimo Dragon in a huge upset, though. They haven't had a singles match against each other. It's first time meeting. That's a big win for Nuki-Sana. Big 2 points right off the rip. Yeah, then D. Malenko, Super Astro. As D. Malenko's going to beat Super Astro there in 20 minutes. As then we're going to go with, man, it's Liger and 2 Cold Scorpio obviously is a good shout. We'll probably go there. Liger's going to, 20 minutes though. We're going to give them a lot of time. 2 Cold Scorpio are going to come up short, but the junior champion wins in the first night. I love this Wild Pegasus Chris Candido matchup. I'm not sure how well it's going to do. Wild Pegasus beat him last year. So that was a 77 when we ran that. That was, of course, during a tour show. That wasn't during, like, a normal event. So, potentially that could be a little bit better here. Masato Fuchi and the Great Sasuke is a banger. Is Masato Fuchi going to beat the Great Sasuke? That's a big win. Sasuke's beaten him, I think, every single time. Yeah, as far as he won last year, and they had a TV match as well. And they also had the first J-Cup. The Great Sasuke won over Masato Fuchi. I was thinking that that's his debut, but I don't think so. I don't think he debuted during the J-Cup. Could have swore he didn't. Maybe he did, though. Off of memory, I don't remember exactly. But Brad Armstrong and Shinichi Funaki could go here. Brad Armstrong's going to beat him. 18-minute match up there. Hayabusa versus Minoru Tanaka. Pretty low on the card, to be honest, because there should be a little banger here. But Hayabusa's going to get the win in 20 minutes. So we'll probably go with El Dandy and Ogawa. Here is El Dandy gonna beat Yoshinori Ogawa. What an upset. And Ogawa wants to put him over. That's very nice of him. Sayama over El Samurai, which will, of course, mean Black Tiger and Eddie Gilbert will be the Steal the Show matchup to open up the card. And Eddie Gilbert's gonna beat Black Tiger 2, which this is a... yeah, they did this on Night 7 as well, of the Best Super Juniors last year, which Black Tiger 2 got the win over Eddie Gilbert. Think they don't have any chemistry as well, is why that match did so badly. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're good to go. That was pretty straightforward. Let's run it as a 66 for the opener. Oh no, they don't have any bad chemistry or anything. But Black Tiger 2, Eddie Guerrero should have probably won as far as they outperformed him. Hot shot there from Eddie Gilbert. This is honestly, as far as Eddie Gilbert, love him to death, but I think his time in UJPW is coming up for sure. He's hardly able to work along, as far as like a 16, 18-minute match without being tired. You're going to see a lot of Steal the Show matches during this tour from him because that's what it can really work. Sure, him and Brad Armstrong are a fun little team, but I just don't think it's worth it at this time. And the roster's ever, growing. We could have had Jericho be here instead of Eddie Gilbert, and I think it would have done just about the same, if not better, So there is that. 79 though for Sayama and El Samurai. El Samurai getting the win, the Samurai Bomb at 18 minutes. That got a 79. A 71 for El Dandy Oshinaragawa. Very, very close. A believable upset, I would say, for El Dandy there with the Dandy roll in 20 minutes. Fuck yeah. Shout out El Dandy. And 89, yeah, for Hayabusa Minoru Tanaka. Definitely should have been a lot higher. Hayabusa's the man, obviously. You're in the prime of his career here in the mid-90s, and he gets the one with the Falcon Arrow in 1944. 77, Brad Armstrong and Shinichi Funaki. Look at Brad Armstrong go, though, with an 81. Side Russian leg sweep again in 18 minutes. Getting the win. There's Masato Fuchi over the Great Sasuke as Fuchi with the SDF in 22-22. Again, it's crazy that he's doing so well for himself. Because really, the mid to late 90s, Fuchi definitely, is kind of positioned more on, the undercard. Because by that time, he's a veteran. He'd been as far as a part of the All Japan roster since literally their early 80s, for sure. He's probably been there about 20, actually, probably late 70s, actually, probably since the start. So this is probably 20, 21 years of being in the company. 20, for sure, because if the company started in 70, or 72, so a little bit after that. So yeah, it's about that. Unreal that he's still performing at a high level. 84 though, good stuff. Yeah, this is a banger. First of all, shout out Benoit here. He did a really good job in this matchup as he loses rather to Chris Candido. But the Blonde Bombshell, crazy that Candido only gets a 61. Wrong guy won. I'll gladly admit that. The wrong guy won for sure. I think we're really getting into Benoit's prime for sure. Obviously, 96. He's probably, I would say definitely his prime would probably be 93, 94, and then a good solid 10 years after that. But man, what a win for Chris Candido though on the first night. And then Liger beats Too Cold Scorpio the Brainbuster in 28-16. The banger for sure. And a 99 for Dean Malenko and Super Astro. Tough that this was not the main event as Dean Malenko beat Super Astro in 20 minutes of the Texas Clover Leaf. This will be a tough one to top. Hey, we got a 99 again as Naoki Sano defeating Ultimo Dragon the Scoop Brainbuster. This is going to be a hell of a show since it was both 99s in the main and co-main. A 28-40 main event though. Brainbuster from Naoki Sano. Believable upset there as 97. Pretty good. Sucks that the opener kind of stunk, but it is what it is. So they all can be winners, but definitely going to give love to Naoki Sano, Ultimo Dragon, and Dean Malenko. Probably should, maybe Super Astro instead of Naoki Sano. It's fine. He's fine. Good shit, though. What a first night there. That's going to be tough to top, for sure. We'll see what we have in store for Night 2 of the Best Super Juniors Tour. Alrighty, Night 2, as we'll see if we can top it. Of course, for Night 1, a hell of a show. Definitely running the Tokyo Dome again. It's crazy that we can run multiple nights here, and it'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to sell it out. You fucking imagine. Just oh yeah, we got that, no problem. But for this main event, man, as far as that Wild Pegasus Super Astro match is very interesting. Liger and Candido probably should be the main, though. Ultimo Dragon and Masato Fuchi, I think, deserves a good shout as well. I think that's going to be the co-main, though, since we gave him the main event at the last show, as far as Ultimo Dragon. Yeah, this is a bit of a mistake here. Probably should have the Dean match main event last night after seeing this card here, because this is going to be great, but Liger is going to beat Chris Candido there. Fuchi beating Ultimo Dragon. 2 straight losses for Ultimo Dragon. Tough break there to start off the tournament 0-2. Super Astro and Wild Pegasus. This should be a banger. Super Astro over Wild Pegasus. 2 straight losses for him. As then Hayabusa, the Great Sasuke. What a banger. This is Sasuke going to get the win in 28 minutes over Hayabusa. This is this was a Super J Cup match, yes, from the first J Cup back in 1994. That was an 81 then. I think this will do a lot better than that now. Ooh, Hayabusa's pissed, though, for having to put over the Great Sasuke. Come on, Hayabusa. Come on. You can't be being a piece of shit like that now. You can't be doing that. So we'll throw this Dean and Eddie Gilbert match in there. Here's the thing. Yeah, we know Eddie's not going to do well, but I think Dean's going to be able to carry that match for sure. Nuki Sano, Satoru Sayama. It's a fun little matchup. Nuki Sano, 2 straight wins for him. 4 points there. Major. Black Tiger 2 versus El Dandy. This is the Steel Show matchup. This is a fun match, though. Eddie and El Dandy. This would be a banger for sure, especially in '96 when El Dandy can still go. As that's a nice little match for Black Tiger 2 getting the win over El Dandy. As the El Samurai Brown Armstrong. This is a very good matchup here. Brown Armstrong 2 straight wins. Going to beat El Samurai. Ogawa over 2 Cold Scorpio. As Ogawa's going to beat 2 Cold Scorpio. That's a tough break for Ogawa to lose the first time, but to come back the second night, get the win. Nice to see. And then we're going to start the night off with a 30-minute draw. Minoru Tanaka versus Shinichi Funaki in a tactical technician squad matchup. We're really rolling the dice with that being a 30-minute time limit draw, but I think people won't see it coming, is why we're going to do that. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully. We'll see. We're really testing the patience of the audience. It's a 76, though, as, it could have went either way, really there. I felt like the draw was the best way to go about that, really showing off their technical skills. And you're really seeing that both guys, one's are better than the other. They are at an even footing, and it needs more than 30 to decide a winner there. It's a 78 for Ogawa and 2 Cold Scorpio, as Ogawa getting the win. It's very close, though. 6-point difference between 2 Cold Scorpio and Ogawa. Could have been another believable upset. 86, though, for El Samurai and Brian Armstrong. This should have been way higher on the card. As Brian Armstrong with 87, side rush and leg sweep there in 20 minutes. Brian Armstrong and El Samurai having a banger on the, basically the undercard section of this. And Black Tiger 2, El Dandy, as Eddie with the Frog Splash in 12:50. Got the crowd buzzing, so that's nice to see. As a 78, though, for Sayama and Nuki Sano. Nuki Sano with another scoop brainbuster in 1932. Sayama with a 66, 84 for Nuki Sano. Right guy wins there. Dean Malenko beating Eddie Gilbert. My God, at a 54, visibly tired towards the end. He just doesn't have it. He just does not have it anymore. But Dean Malenko with the Texas Clover Relief in 20 minutes there. 88 for the Great Sasuke and Hayabusa. Very close. It sucks that Hayabusa threw such a bitch fit about this. Michinoku Driver, though, for the Great Sasuke in 28 minutes. A banger. There, 91 for Super Astro and Wild Pegasus. Could have went either way. You know what? It definitely could have went either way. I think both guys needed that win. Gave it to Super Astro, though, as 91, though. Good stuff. For sure. 87 for Ultimate Dragon and Master Fuchi. So definitely not going to be better than night 1, as Fuchi defeating Ultimate Dragon with the Bat Trap Suplex. Lack of psychology, interesting enough in this matchup. We'll see how the main does. It's an 88, as Liger beats Chris Candido with a Brainbuster in 22:40. It's a good matchup. Good matchup, just, it's crazy. Yeah, that's Super Astro Wild Pegasus match. Best match on the card. I had a feeling that might happen, honestly. Just that Wild Pegasus having a hell of a tournament so far. He's done very well for himself. We'll put those guys over. And we'll go with, I'm trying to think if we should go with Liger there, or we should go with Hayabusa maybe to try to ease off the tension. Probably do that. Man, though, back-to-back nights in the Tokyo Dome. Both sellouts. We're making so much bank with this tour. I think we'll now go into the actual tour part where we'll have, normal kind of shows from here on out. So that's nice. But it was nice to run the Tokyo Dome 2 nights in a row and sell it out. It's on to night 3 we go. As I forgot to mention this, night 1 was show number 500 in the series here, which is pretty crazy to think, because, the New Japan series is like 750 shows in, something like that, and it's honestly, that's only been 3 years, while we're going into year, 5? As far as, 5. 92, somewhat of 92, then 93, 94, 95, 96, so 4.5, if you want to be technical, but, that's just crazy. Another milestone for the series. Some backstage incidents here. Eddie Gilbert and Stan Hansen, Let's see what it is. As his brought for wrestle court, Cruz not joining the wrestle locker room for a night out, as the judge stands and found him guilty and sentenced by drinks after the show. Then TEW passing on selling tips to Masato Tanaka. So yeah, as far as the main event for this night, Wild Pegasus versus Jushin Liger for sure. Maybe not for sure, because Ultimo Dragon on Hayabusa is incredible. We'll have that be the main, and Ultimo Dragon gonna beat Hayabusa. Big win there. Again, Hayabusa, you piece of shit. Why are you complaining about putting over Ultimo Dragon? My god. But what a win, though, for Ultimo Dragon there. Finally gets his first win in the tournament. Liger's gonna beat Wild Pegasus. Thought about it. Gave it a good thought. Liger has beaten him twice. I don't. This would be a big win for him. I think we're gonna do it. Wild Pegasus gonna beat Jushin Liger, getting the win. Hell yeah! What a upset there in the coming. Didn't complain about it. How about that? As trying to think what would be a good match to go before that. El Dandy and Dean Malenko does sound like a banger. As Dean's gonna beat him in 23 minutes. So a win for Dean Malenko. Then probably, I mean, this Fuchi. Actually, El Samurai and Nuki Sano. That's going to be a banger. Nuki Sano going to be beating El Samurai. That is 3 straight wins for that man. Give that a little bit more time. Fuchi then against Sayama. Sayama's going to beat Masato Fuchi. That's an upset for sure. Fuchi's been doing very well as of late. We'll go Candido and Ogawa, I guess. Ogawa going to beat Chris Candido in 20 minutes. And then Funaki and the Great Sasuke. Sasuke's going to beat Funaki. Astro versus Eddie Gilbert. Astro's going to win in 20. Again, Eddie Gilbert dealing with the stamina issue. Brad Armstrong versus Minoru Tanaka. Couldn't go next. Minoru Tanaka with an upset over Brad Armstrong. It's a big win. That leaves 2 Cold Scorpio and Black Tiger 2 getting a Steal the Show matchup. It's 2 Cold Scorpio going to get the win in 10 minutes. I believe they don't have any chemistry, is why that's a Steal the Show matchup. But looks like we have some issues here with one of the matches. It's both the referee and road agent issues. So we gotta change Jumbo. I know Jumbo had... Oh, he also has the main as well. So this works out perfectly. So we'll go with... trying to think... There we go, Boris. There we go, perfect. As, yeah, we don't have to run Kanto anymore. We can run Chubu. As, yeah, then he got City Gen. Oh, wow, that's going to be close to a sellout. So that's fun. 4,000 strong. Damn near. As a 69. Nice video opener. They don't have chemistry problems, so probably going to have that be a normal matchup, but 69 nonetheless. Could have won either way, but giving Too Cold the win with the Scorpio Splash in 10:23 seems like a good decision. 78 for Brad Armstrong and Minoru Tanaka. It's the roundhouse kick for Minoru Tanaka in 20 minutes. It's a big win for Minoru Tanaka. Big upset. 75 for Super Astro and Eddie Gilbert. Astro Scissors for Super Astro in 2010. Yeah, you know, as far as Eddie Gilbert still stinking up the joint. Very close here, as the Great Sasuke beating Shinichi Funaki with the Michinoku Driver in 2022. 79 for Candido and Ogawa, as Ogawa, the better guy, gets the win. Makes sense there. Gets a submission win in just under 20 minutes. Masato Fuchi losing to Satoru Sayama with the diving headbutt in 20 minutes. Upset there. But definitely the veterans of this Best Super Juniors. This is very much a clash of the best juniors of the early 80s. Early late 80s, you know, as far as Sayama and Masato Fuchi. You could say a dream match. As far as, for that time period, maybe. Maybe not a dream match at that point, but in the 90s. But at one time was a dream match, and now just kind of a cool match to see. Nuki Sano beating El Samurai with the Scoop Brainbuster for his 3rd straight win. 6 points for that man. 81 for Dean Malenko and El Dandy, as the Texas Cloverleaf getting the win for Dean Malenko in 22:55. Then an 82 for Wild Pegasus beating Jushin Liger with a Wild Bomb. You love to see it. Got the crowd hotter, too, for our main event, which is a 76. Ultimo Dragon, let the Dragon Sleeper win. Hayabusa just being a pain in the ass to deal with. Luckily, it's a tour show, so it doesn't really matter. But a banger nonetheless, though. It's quite good to see. there as far as some good performances. Obviously, Ultimo Dragon really saving that show. But yeah, the tour shows are not going to be at the same level, obviously, as the first two nights. We try to keep it somewhat realistic with what those tour shows looked like as far as, back then, obviously, not everything was taped, so there was a lot of times where some of the shows were not in front of, 20, 30, 40,000 people. But we want to at least have the first two nights given a chance that everybody can show their stuff and show how great they are. But on to night 4. And after night 4, we'll take a look at the standings to see where everybody is at. Alrighty, night 4, as we will look and see where we're going to run this show at. Hiroshima Sun Plaza, not a terrible call. Nakajima Sports Center, yeah, that's probably what we'll run here for this night 4. Main event is, this is a tough one. So there's not a whole lot that's reaching out to me here. I kind of want to have Nuki-san on Brad Armstrong main event. I think that's a terrible idea, though. At least have Liger and Ogawa main event, as Liger's going to win now over Ogawa in the main event. We'll still have that Nuki-san Brad Armstrong match be pretty high. That was 4-0 for Nuki-san. What a start, as he definitely is near the top. Yeah, for sure he'll be leading the block. As far as, I don't think anybody else is undefeated. But actually, Dean Malenko is. Let's take a look. Well, not anymore, as he's going to lose to Too Cold Scorpio. So Dean Malenko no longer undefeated, so that opens up Block A a whole lot. And El Samurai Masafuchi's a fun little matchup. Fuchi's going to get the win over El Samurai. Hayabusa and Sayama. This is a fun match, though, as far as, again, older generation, current generation. Incredible junior matchup. Hayabusa is going to get the win. Sasuke over Minoru Tanaka, as the great Sasuke going to get the win. Ultimo Dragon versus Shunichi Funaki. Ultimo Dragon's going to beat Funaki. Tough break there for the Technical Tactician squad. Astro versus El Dandy. El Dandy going to beat Super Astro. Yeah, saw that one coming, being furious. What an upset, though, for El Dandy. Beating Super Astro. It puts him over, at least, once we kept him strong. Black Tiger 2 versus Chris Candido, as Candido's going to beat Eddie there. And then the opener, Wild Pegasus, Eddie Gilbert. Wild Pegasus is going to get the win. Did not think of that. Well, I will have him. Yeah, we'll just have him forfeit. That seems fair, as far as from that perspective. But yeah, so that is the card. We should be good to go, as far as we'll just double check. Oh yeah, that's right, we need to steal the show match now. Duh. We'll have it be this Black Tiger 2 Chris Candido matchup. Yeah, I forgot ECW kind of runs Wednesdays sometimes, assuming that's where he's at. Completely forgot about that. Oh well, no big deal. No big deal. Yep. It's probably an arena show. I'm assuming it's not like a... Well, they didn't have like TV or anything, so yeah, probably just an arena show. It is what it is. 74 though for the opener. As I could have won either way. Could have won either way, the Candido or Eddie Guerrero, but Candido gets the win, the Blonde Bombshell in 9:37. 76 for Super Astro and El Dandy. As what an upset for El Dandy there with the Dandy roll in 20 minutes. A 78 for Ultimo Dragon and Shinichi Funaki. As Ultimo Dragon with the side DT in 24-20. A 75 for Sasuke and Minoru Tanaka. Submission Liquid Driver. Again, Sasuke lost in the first night, but other than that, he's won 3 in a row. He's been on a roll. Hayabusa beating Satoru Sayama with the Falcon Arrow in 20 minutes. 78 for El Samurai and Masafuchi. Fuchi gets the win. Backdrop suplex, right decision there, but close. Gonna win either way. It's a good matchup for sure. 88 for Too Cold Scorpio and Dean Malenko. What an upset, though, for Too Cold Scorpio, beating Dean Malenko with the Scorpio Splash. I can't believe Dean Malenko didn't complain about it, to be honest. What a nice guy. Brad Armstrong and Nuki Sano. Nuki Sano, 4 in a row. Could have gave it to Brad there. Could have gave it to him for sure, but that's a good match, though. Good little co-main. Main event, N80. They don't click. Holy shit. Well, we got bailed out there, to be honest. That could have been really bad. I'm surprised it got an 80, to be honest. But Liger with the Brainbuster win. Liger with the Brainbuster, getting the win in 1949. We get bailed out there, but yeah, what a win, though, for Too Cold Scorpio over Dean Malenko. A lot going on. We'll keep it rolling just to look at the standings here, since we're going to be doing pretty well on time here. We're kind of rolling through this pretty fastly. I feel like we just sat down and we're already at the damn near the halfway point. We will be after night 5. We'll be exactly over the halfway point. But yeah, as far as for Block A, of course, Dean Malenko, that loss is major. Wild Pegasus is going to have 4 points, and Eddie Gilbert will obviously still have 2, is the only really change there. But yeah, Liger and Dean Malenko, I think everyone kind of assumed that would be who would be leading this block. But Too Cold Scorpio with 4, and a massive win over Dean Malenko, too. That could really bode well for him. But yeah, loving what the block's doing so far. Think everything's kind of working out well. I would love to see Eddie maybe get a couple more wins. Eddie Guerrero, that is. But, yeah, we'll kind of see. Obviously, still relatively early. For Block B, of course, Naoki Sano. 4 straight wins. The only undefeated guy in this entire tournament. And he is rolling away with it. The Great Sasuke, a massive for Chi being 2 and tied there at 2 with 6 points each. Don't think anyone saw that one coming. As far as, I think everyone assumed Ultimo Dragon and Hayabusa would be at the top of this block. Still a lot to happen, but, as far as 4 points each, it's not over yet. But Naoki Sano, though, beating Ultimo Dragon is massive. As far as, we'll see how he does against Hayabusa, though. If he beats Hayabusa, I mean, he's pretty much sealed the block at that rate. So we'll definitely be looking forward to that matchup in the future. But yeah, on to night 5 we go. Alrighty, night 5 as the Dean Malenko, Chris Candido matchup. Liger versus Eddie, though, is a banger for sure. Hayabusa and El Samurai, that's also a banger for sure. It's a lot of good matches. Not sure what will be the main exactly. I'm kind of leaning towards Hayabusa and El Samurai, though. So Hayabusa's going to get the win. We'll give that a little bit more time, 25 minutes. I'm just happy no one's gotten hurt. Fucking knock on wood, as Liger against Black Tiger 2. As Liger's obviously going to get the win there. Junior champion looking sharp. Brad Armstrong versus Great Sasuke. What a win for Brad Armstrong. So they've had one match. It was the best of juniors match last year, which Sasuke won. Probably getting some revenge there. Ultimo Dragon, Minoru Tanaka. Ultimo Dragon getting the win. 24 minutes. Fuchi and Naoki Sano. A very good matchup. Here's 5 in a row for Naoki Sano. What a win. And that is major. Absolutely major. 10 points already for Naoki Sano. Unreal. We're going to bump that up too. This man has been on a tear. Dean Malenko, Chris Candido. What an upset. Chris Candido over Dean Malenko in 28 minutes. We're definitely going to bump that up now. As that can go right there. Yeah, perfect. Asayama versus Funaki. As Funaki's going to get the win in 20. Wild Pegasus versus Yoshinari Ogawa. So Ogawa getting the win there over Wild Pegasus. I don't know how I feel about that. Too Cold Scorpio versus Super Astro. Super Astro getting the win. And then Eddie and El Dandy versus Eddie Gilbert, as El Dandy going to get the win. Eddie Gilbert very unhappy about that. Fuck him. He'll have to deal with it. Now, I'm curious as far as, maybe we should just book as far as, let's go down here to see that Eddie Gilbert Wild Pegasus matchup. So we can just go ahead and add it, because Wild Pegasus is going to beat him. And, yeah, we'll just, we'll add it to a pre-show match thing, so that way, we, in case we forget. Wild Pegasus, Eddie Gilbert. And yeah, we'll have it be 10 minutes too, since it's, what could have been. Or I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess we can just have it be this, since technically, as far as the forfeit. But yeah, we should be good to go. We just gotta change the venue. Yeah, about to say, we could either run... Yeah, we'll run somewhere else. Sendai Sun Plaza it is. Will be a sellout. 69 for the opener, or for the first matchup here. It's a pre-show matchup to see, to finally get that out of the way. So Wild Pegasus getting the win there, obviously. 61 for the Steelers show matchup as El Dandy with a dandy roll over Eddie Gilbert. He outperformed him. Right decision. Right decision for sure. That's right, this is why it's 10 minutes. They don't click. As Tuco Scorpio, Super Astro with the Astro Scissors in 9:43. Tough break there. An 80 for Wild Pegasus and Yoshinari Ogawa. It was close. It was close at least. So Ogawa getting the submission win in 20 minutes. Ooh, 67 as Funaki probably should have beat... Oh, he does win, rather, as Shinichi Funaki beating Satoru Sayama with the Rising Sun. It's a good little win. I think Sayama's probably feeling the fatigue a little bit, yeah. And definitely declining physically now. So 79 for Ultimo Dragon and Minoru Tanaka. Side DDT for Ultimo Dragon 2342. And 80 for Brad Armstrong and the Great Sasuke. Side Russian leg sweep for Brad Armstrong over the Great Sasuke. Right decision. He outperformed him. 82 for Fuchi and Nuki Sano. Fuchi probably should have got the win there. That's a tough break. Tough break there. As 10 points, though, for Nuki Sano. How about that? That Brainbuster really getting that move over. And speaking of a Brainbuster, another one here. Liger's going to beat Black Tiger 2 with the Brainbuster in 21-41. 87 for Liger, 67 for Eddie Guerrero. As 83 for Dean Malenko. In his in-ring performance of the match, gets a 76. As Candida with the Blonde Bombshell. What an upset, though. Beating Dean Malenko there. That is a massive win. This would be a banger match, though. This would be really, really good to see. Especially around this time when both guys could really go. Would have been fantastic. Damn, Hayabusa and El Samurai. They don't click. Damn. That's what I get for having the main event be that. As Hayabusa with the Falcon Arrow, though, in 24:53. Getting the win. Unfortunate. I mean, really, main event should have been Nuki Sano and Masu Fuchi. Just looking at the performance ratings. I mean, decent little show, sure. Could have been better, absolutely. But it being a tour show again, we're just trying to get by with nobody getting hurt. And then, we're coming up on the tail end, though, of the tour already, as we just have nights 6, 7, 8, and 9, the final 4 nights. As, yeah, this is major. Major for sure. We'll take a look at the standings after night 6. Alrighty, night 6, as they have us in Yokohama for this show, but Masashi Iwaki and Stan Hansen, or Wrestler's Court here, is Masashi Iwaki's brought for Wrestler's Court, accusing him of moaning about stuff all the time, buffing on himself, being a Debbie Downer. As the judge, Stan Hansen, found him guilty and sent him to shut up or cheer up, buy drinks after the show, and then Taue is passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. As I get that Liger Black Tiger 2 matchup very well there. But yeah, this is, I think for night 6, obviously the main event, Dean Malenko, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Dean Malenko's going to get that win back over Jushin Liger. Of course, Liger beat him to win the Junior Heavyweight title at the Summer Action Series final show. It's wild to think that's the only singles match they've had, so now they are 1-1, with a potential trilogy, obviously, there in the future. Then, yeah, Nuki Sano Hayabusa. This is a banger as well. I mean, listen. Hayabusa's got to win this match. The Nuki Sano run has been fun, but it's got to come to an end. For sure. Gotta come to an end there. The Ultimo Dragon, the Great Sasuke. Well, look at Sasuke beating Ultimo Dragon. This is the first time Sasuke's beaten him. Of course, they had the matchup last year in the Best Super Juniors, which Ultimo Dragon won. Yeah, Fuchi and Brad Armstrong, that's a banger. This is a really good card. Brad Armstrong going to beat Masanobu Fuchi. I'm assuming because of the time limit they have terrible chemistry, so there went that match thinking that was going to be good. El Dandy versus Wild Pegasus. Wild Pegasus going to get the win. So El Dandy, unfortunately, WCW came crawling back to him, and his contract offer is crazy. Over $140,000 plus a signing bonus of over $140,000, plus the bonuses and whatnot. They could have him at that rate. I love El Dandy to death, but he is not that important as, yeah, it was fun to use him for a little bit, but yeah, they could have him back completely fine, which is funny because we have raised his pop, except for Southwest, he's more popular. Other than that, his pop in Japan is way higher because of this tournament, so that's just unfortunate that that's going to happen, but that's okay, though. As El Samurai taking on Shunichi Funaki. Is El Samurai going to get the win there? Super Astro versus Chris Candido. As Chris Candido is going to beat Super Astro. That's a tough break for Super Astro. Black Tiger 2, Yoshinari Ogawa. So Ogawa's going to beat Eddie there. It's also going to go 20. Sayama versus Minoru Tanaka. Minoru Tanaka over Satoru Sayama. That is a huge upset. As Sayama beat him last year, it was a 65 during that matchup. We'll see how it does here. Hopefully it's going to do a little bit better, but we will keep Sayama strong. It's a big win, though, for Minoru Tanaka. And Eddie Gilbert, Too Cold Scorpio, steal the show matchup, Too Cold, getting the win there. As, yeah, we are doing just fantastic on time. Oh, you know, it's weird. We could technically run Kendo, because we were doing just fine, but I think we should probably run, yeah, Kyushu here, run these star lanes for night 6 out of 66 for the openers. Too Cold Scorpio beating Eddie Gilbert, the Scorpio Splash. Again, Eddie Gilbert getting worse and worse. 62 for Minoru Tanaka and Satoru Sayama. They have great chemistry there. Still doesn't really work out to our favor, though, but Minoru Tanaka was the better of the two. Sucks that Sayama was really off his game. Hurt the match a little bit there. It's an 80, though, for Black Tiger 2 and Yoshinari Ogawa. Ogawa, the better guy, gets the win there. 81 for Super Astro and Chris Candido, as it's pretty close. Just 7-point difference, but Candido with the blonde bombshell in 1938. 73 for El Samurai and Shinichi Funaki. That guy wins there. Obviously, a Samurai Bomb for El Samurai. Nice little matchup there. 76 for El Dandy and Wild Pegasus. Wow, El Dandy off his game with a 55. Not great. Not great there. Yeah, they don't click, but it's still a decent little matchup. As Brad Armstrong beating Masano Fuji with a side rush on leg sweep in 10:28. Decent little matchup there. 84 for Ultimo Dragon, the Great Sasuke. Michinoku Driver for Sasuke. Shout out Ultimo Dragon, though, for putting him over without even really bitching about it. Then a 77. Yeah, I'm glad Hayabusa won. As that could have been really bad. As Hayabusa wins with the Falcon Arrow in 26:09. Then a 96 for the main event. That is crazy for Torcho to have a 96 main event. But Dean Malenko beating Jushin Liger with the Cloverleaf in 28:43. Hell of a main event. The Star Lanes people got a hell of a match there. An hell of a tour show, for sure. Now we'll take a look at the standings as some big matches happening there. As a little weather update, we're now in the positives. We're at 1 degrees Fahrenheit. As, how about, I haven't even tried to go outside, but I can imagine it is just fucking cold as hell. As, yeah, this has been a hell of a tour, though. I'm very, very pleased with how we're doing so far. As the home stretch here, Dean Malenko, Jushin Liger, of course, tied, but Dean Malenko has the tiebreaker win. And then you have Candido and Ogawa also tied with him, so it's a 4-way tie for first. As Candido, he did beat Dean Malenko, so that's interesting, but he lost to Liger. So a lot of things that still have to happen here to really figure out what is going to be the winner. Because you see there, Ogawa, he beat Candido, so there is that. He lost to Jushin Liger. He hasn't faced Dean Malenko yet, so there's a lot to be had for that Block A. It's crazy that Eddie only has 2 points. Both the Eddies, Eddie Gilbert and Eddie Guerrero, but that's unfortunate because Eddie's the man. He's just been outperformed a handful of times already. But there's still some big matches for him to win, hopefully, in the future. Nuki Sano run stops at 10, loses to Hayabusa, which, of course, opens up the tournament because Hayabusa, of course, beating Nuki Sano. Nuki Sano, the only loss he's had is to Hayabusa, so the tiebreaker there. Nuki Sano still has to face Minoru Tanaka, still has to face Shinichi Funaki and the Great Sasuke. So he's got the Tactical Technician Squad and the Great Sasuke. Other than that, as long as he doesn't blow it, this should be a Block B win for him. Obviously, a lot can still happen. It's crazy to think Ultimo Dragon and Masato Fuchi are not even second. They are in third with the 6 points. But a lot can still happen, obviously. Block B, a lot of interesting variables as far as a lot of things. Don't think a lot of people saw this one coming. Yeah, on to Night 7 to see how this final 3 shows end out for this Best Super Juniors tournament. Alrighty, Night 7. No backstage instance, we can get right into the show. As I think we have kind of ran everywhere but the Wakayama Correctional Gym. It's crazy, we can now run at least half capacity World Memorial Hall. I don't think we'll be doing that, but it's cool that we can do that. The economy is booming. Absolutely booming. So the main event, I like that Hayabusa Fuchi matchup. I think that's what we'll do. As the main event is Hayabusa is going to beat Masano Fuchi. I mean, Brad Armstrong on Ultimate Dragon's also a banger as well. It's Ultimate Dragon beating Brad Armstrong. They're going to give them 26 minutes. As, then Dean, actually, Liger and Super Astro, which this is a really good matchup. Liger's going to get the win in 23 minutes, though. Yeah, I think we'll just keep it as that, though. That probably should be the main. That's neither here nor there. Dean Malenko versus Yoshinari Ogawa. So Dean Malenko's going to beat Ogawa. It's kind of crazy to think. They had a title match back in 92 at the October Giant Series, one of the earlier, literally the second episode, or the third episode since we did the intro on the first episode. So the third episode, they had a junior heavyweight title matchup to see where they're at now. But they just had a J Cup match. That was in 87. Pretty remarkable, honestly. But Dean's going to get the win there, obviously. As, Funaki, Nuki Sano. Nuki Sano getting another win there, where Funaki keeps it up, going into 12 points there. The Great Sasuke versus Satoru Sayama. Let's give it to the Great Sasuke. I know Satoru Sayama probably lost to him last year. Yeah, he did. We can let Sayama win. Why not? We'll just keep it as that. Then El Samurai versus Minoru Tanaka. Minoru Tanaka beating El Samurai. That's a huge upset. And El Samurai a little upset by that. Understandable. So then Black Tiger 2. Wild Pegasus. Eddie versus Chris. Eddie's going to get the win. Much deserved win, I think, for Eddie there. I know that it's going to be an upset, but it is what it is. So this was already set. So I didn't have to change anything, but Tuco Scorpio going to be beating El Dandy, then Chris Candido versus Eddie Gilbert. Still the show matchup there is Candido beating Eddie Gilbert. As, now we just have two more shows as far as for the tour. Hell of an opener, though. Chris Candido beating Eddie Gilbert with the Blonde Bombshell. Got the crowd buzzing here. Start off the show, 66 for Tuco Scorpio and El Dandy. Gave him a little bit of time just to really try and help them out a little bit, but probably shouldn't have. It is what it is. 79, though, for Black Tiger 2 and Wild Pegasus. Score special for Black Tiger 2 in 22-29. 69 here for El Samurai Minoru Tanaka. Nice, as Minoru Tanaka seemed off his game, though. Costing that to be out of the 70s there. An upset. I would say it was a little bit more deserved had the performance been there, but it wasn't, obviously. But Satoru Sayama beating the Great Sasuke with a diving headbutt, avenging his last year's loss. Yeah, upset for sure. As Nuki Sano over Shinichi Funaki. As Nuki Sano with the scoop brainbuster in 2003, getting another win there. 12 points for that man. Dean Malenko beating Yoshinari Ogawa with the technical relief in 25 minutes. 87 for Liger and Super Astro. I knew this probably should have been the main, as Liger winning with the brainbuster in 24 minutes. Never mind, Brad Armstrong and Ultimate Dragon. Forgot they have great chemistry. What a banger, as Ultimate Dragon with the Dragon Sleeper in 25-32. That was incredible. Tough break there, but Hayabusa and Masavuchi very close, though, 83-81. Could have went either way, as Hayabusa with the Falcon Arrow, though, in 20 minutes. What a tour shout. And 90, gladly take that. What was, this was, what a show. That was crazy. Ultimate Dragon, Brad Armstrong, though, some great matches for them, as I remember they had a TV match that did very well as well, back when we had the Best Of TV show. But on to Night 8 we go. Alrighty, Night 8 as backstage incident. Kiritawe passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. So we go on into the final night here. This is a big night. Big night for sure. We'll see how Nuki Sano can handle the pressure being ahead of the Block B. As for Block A, still wide open. A lot can still happen. A lot of moving pieces in that matchup for a lot of the guys in Block A. We get a Dean and Eddie matchup, which is fantastic. Hayabusa Brad Armstrong should be a banger. I feel like, I guess we have to have that kind of be the main. There's Brad Armstrong going to beat Hayabusa. I don't know how I feel about that. It's tough. It's Block B. Obviously it comes down to a Nuki Sano, Hayabusa, the Great Sasuke, Ultimate Dragon, all that shit. But really, Hayabusa is kind of the missing piece, where you kind of have to have him come to the end as a winner. So yeah, I think, depending on what happens, that might get changed. We'll see. Where's Nuki Sano's matchup? If I can feel like I don't like that it's probably not here, which is because what in the world? Yeah, it's legit not here. That is not a good sign. Let's just we'll keep looking, and we'll just kind of figure it out as we go along. So that's never a good sign, though, as we will we'll have El Samurai and the Great Sasuke here. As let's see, because I think, yeah, he's supposed to take on Minoru Tanaka, Naoki Sano this night. So the Great Sasuke beating El Samurai, that's a big win. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, okay, so we'll just go ahead and add that here. Naoki Sano, Minoru Tanaka. So obviously, Naoki Sano, he still has Sasuke left. As Sasuke's on that final night there. We will give Naoki Sano the win. There we go. So yeah, we will trying to think, because really it's, yeah, I mean, he's kind of gotta win. Yeah, just give him the win. Tough break for Brad Armstrong, but, you know, as far as, I think this is the right decision anyways, to have Hayabusa get the win. And it's a Sayama, Ultimate Dragon. Ultimate Dragon going to get the win there. As, let's see, Two Cold Scorpio, Wild Pegasus. Two Cold Scorpio beating Wild Pegasus, that's a big win. Liger and Eddie Gilbert, we'll go ahead and add that, even though Eddie Gilbert, yep, going to be struggling a little bit. Black Tiger 2, Dean Malenko. Wow. Eddie beating Dean. That is a massive win, first of all. So Block A, you have Candido, Dean Malenko, and Liger all tied at 10 points each. So that will give Liger a lead, and we haven't seen Candido's matchup. Dean is a bit furious with that one, but we will keep him strong, and hopefully it works out. It does. So Candido versus El Dandy. So it's going to be Candido and Liger tied at the end of this night. First of all, we definitely need to change some of this around. Let's put this matchup. Have this go here. Yeah, then I think everything should be good to go. So I think that, yeah, that this should fix a lot of that. But Masafuchi losing to Shinichi Funaki. That's a big win for Funaki there. Super Astro versus Yoshinari Aragawa. As Super Astro getting the win. Another match that we will definitely be bumping up. As, yeah, we'll probably put it after the Naoki Sano Minoru Tanaka matchup. So let's, steal the show matchup. So that, yeah, we should have had, I'm trying to think which should be a good steal the show matchup. I think of Naoki Sano Minoru Tanaka. I think that's probably the best case scenario, honestly. Just hope nobody gets hurt. Because, again, we've had a very good tour where nobody's gotten hurt. I don't want to see somebody get hurt right here at the tail end here at the finish line. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I think we can run the City Gymnasium again. Haven't run there since night 3. Run the show. So 79 for the opener. Masafuchi getting the win, the Rising Sun, in 2004. Very good matchup there for Masafuchi. 71 for El Dandy and Chris Candido. Candido with the Blonde Bombshell in 23:46. So 73 for Wild Pegasus and Two Cold Scorpio. Relatively close. 8-point difference. Two Cold Scorpio with the upset with the Scorpio Splash. Of course, they had great matches in real life. Sucks they don't have any chemistry boost or anything. But Ultimo Dragon beating Satoru Sayama with the Dragon Sleeper. 20 minutes. Yep. Naruki Sano. Finally, somebody gets injured. Chronic knee pain for Naruki Sano. Scoop Brain Buster win over Minoru Tanaka. God damn it. And it was Minoru Tanaka who caused it. How fun. Super Astro beating Yoshinari Aragawa. This is a decent little matchup, though. 75 there, not bad at all. Astro Scissors for Super Astro. Liger beating Eddie Gilbert with a Shooting Star Press. It's a nice win for Liger. 79 there for Dean Malenko, and Black Tiger 2 is Eddie with the Frog Splash at 28 minutes. What an upset. I mean, that's a tough break for Dean Malenko there for sure. And El Samurai and the Great Sasuke, both 74s there. Sasuke with the Michinoku Driver in 21:06. Good little match. Good little match there. And Hayabusa beating Brad Armstrong with the Falcon Arrow in 24-23. As what a night 9 we have for blocks B and A. Is it going to be Liger in the finals? Is it going to be Chris Candido in the finals representing Block A? Or will we see some dramatic changes? Dean Malenko still has a chance. I know he lost tonight against Eddie Guerrero, but as far as if both Liger and Candido lose, that opens up the door for him to be able to win this best of the Super Juniors as far as if both those guys lose. But it should be an exciting finals. I know Naruki Sano, the injury is going to deal with, as far as, deal with him for about a month. So that's going to be unfortunate. But it is what it is there, as Kikuchi's in this final month of contract. So we'll take care of that, and we'll catch you guys for night 9. Alrighty, the final day of the tour, night 9 here, to find out how this all plays out. As we got a backstage incident, it's Diamond Rogers, brought forward wrestler's court, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, annoying everyone else. The judge stayed in and found him guilty and sentenced him to clean it up, and then buy drinks right after the show. So since this is still a tour show, we're just going to run a Kanto venue, because we should still be able to sell at the Tokyo Dome, really no problem. Wow, that's crazy, the 4,389. We could definitely sell out Kamazawa Gymnasium, as Theodore throwing his input in. We'll go with Cork and all. Why not? Special. As he's a menace. An absolute menace. So, Liger and El Dandy, we'll just throw that out there first. Liger's going to beat El Dandy in 20 minutes. As that is a win there for Liger, obviously. But the match that is hugely, hugely important, the Great Sasuke versus Naruki Sano. The Great Sasuke beats Naruki Sano. So this is opened up for Hayabusa to be able to get a win if he beats Shunichi Funaki, which he does, which will lead to Block B being won by Hayabusa, thanks to the win over Naruki Sano. Poor Naruki Sano loses twice and ends up costing him everything. It's crazy, Great Sasuke was a win away from being able to have a tiebreaker win over both Naruki Sano and Hayabusa and going on to the finals. Very, very, very sad to see for that man, as far as for the Great Sasuke coming that short. But then Dean Malenko, Wild Pegasus. Dean's going to win. So with Dean winning and Liger winning, so it's 12 and 14, so it really comes down to Candido, which even then, Liger winning pretty much punched his ticket in because, as far as Candido already lost the tiebreaker. But we'll just run that match anyways, which Candido does win. So Candido will tie for first. He just will not be able to go on to the finals. So the finals is set. It is Hayabusa versus Jushin Thunder Liger. We're going to have our first 2-time Best Super Juniors winner, depending on, no matter who wins. As far as, will it be back-to-back for Hayabusa? Will Liger win for the first time in UJPW, since he won in 92 in New Japan, so that's interesting as far as from that perspective. El Samurai, Ultimo Dragon. El Samurai going to beat Ultimo Dragon. That is a huge win. I kind of want to bump this up to at least here. As let's actually have the Sasuke. Let's have Hayabusa and Funaki main event, since that's all there. Brad Armstrong, Satoru Sayama. Brad Armstrong going to beat Satoru Sayama. Black Tiger 2, Super Astro. Look at Eddie beating Super Astro. That is a huge win there, as Super Astro going to be kept strong. What a final stretch for that man, winning over Dean Malenko, Wild Pegasus, and Super Astro. That is crazy. Masamu Fuchi versus Minoru Tanaka. Masamu Fuchi getting the win, and then Ogawa, Eddie Gilbert. Ogawa getting the win over Eddie Gilbert, as Theodore throwing a fit. But it's crazy to think Tuco Scorpio has 10 points. He's going to finish with 10. As far as El Dandy going to finish with 6. Super Astro not finishing with double digits is interesting. As Ogawa's going to finish with double digits. Wild Pegasus not finishing with double digits is pretty interesting as well. But as far as we just need, as we have Free Mean Grift too much. Oh, there we go, perfect. Love that beat Black Cat. There we go. It's night 9. Let's run it. 69 for the opener. Nice as Ogawa beating Eddie Gilbert in 10 minutes. 81 for Fuchi Minoru Tanaka. It's Masato Fuchi with the STF over Minoru Tanaka. 73 for Super Astro Black Tiger 2 as Eddie. Probably shouldn't have won here. We're still trying to push Eddie in the right direction. Just hasn't really been clicking at times. I would say inconsistency is kind of his big problem. Brad Armstrong beating Satoru Sayama with the side Russia leg sweep, though, in 20 minutes. 75 for Two Cold Scorpio and Chris Candido as Candido with the blonde bombshell in 21 minutes. Decent little matchup, though, for sure. As Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko, the partners battling it out for the first time as Dean Malenko with the Texas Cloverleaf over Wild Pegasus. Great match there, though. Very pleased with their performance. Ultimo Dragon, El Samurai. The Samurai Bomb for El Samurai over Ultimo Dragon. That's a big win. As that's an 82-80 for Liger and El Dandy as Liger with the Liger Bomb. And you see that obviously the co-winners, the joint winners, but Liger having the tiebreaker win. We'll go on to the finals. Sasuke beating Naoki Sano. What a win. And that means that Hayabusa will be going to the finals. As they have great chemistry, though, Hayabusa and Shinichi Funaki, so that worked out well for them to be the main. What a match that shall be, though. Hayabusa versus Liger. We also have the rest of the card laid out, which we will take a look at in a very, very, very short time here, once we just get out of the loading screen. I would say the tour, big success, though. I mean, we had a great first night. We had a great second night, too. We had some big main events. We had some good tour shows. Only one injury, and even then, he was still able to perform in Naoki Sano, which that was massive. But the show card looks like this. So the Best Super Junior Finals, obviously Liger versus Hayabusa. But the co-main event, Holy Demon Army versus Choto and Muda in a tag team matchup. All-Age Heavyweight title matchup, though, between Steven Regal and Shinya Hashimoto. This is happening because Hashimoto lost to Regal during the Champion Carnival. So this is a big opportunity for Steven Regal, though. Obviously, Regal coming off of that incredible run that him and Norman had as the tag team champions. And then we're going to have, as far as, with Steven Regal and Shinya Hashimoto as the All-Asia Heavyweight title matchup, figured might as well have an All-Asia tag team title matchup as well as the K&M Express taking on Stan Hansen and Johnny Ace. Should be a fun match there. Super Generation Army versus the Miracle Violence Alliance in the 6-man. That will be Masawa, Koji Kanemoto, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against the Miracle Violence Alliance of Albright, Gordy, and Dr. Death, obviously. Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, though. Blonde Bombers versus Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. This is a great opportunity for Candido to at least get something out of this Best Super Junior Finals. And, you know, as far as Jericho getting a big opportunity there, is that should be a fun little tag team title matchup. And this is a tag match. British Combat Club versus Fighting World of Choshu, because obviously with Steven Regal being in the All-Age Heavyweight title matchup, it's going to be Norman and Johnny Smith against the team of Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki of the Fighting World Choshu. So another tag matchup, and then Masato Fuchi, Black Tiger 2 taking on Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. Just feel like this makes a lot of sense since Eddie's beaten both Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. I feel like it's a fun opener as well, and I'm excited to see how this card plays out. We will run it and see how it goes. Alrighty, as to see how the Best of Super Juniors Finals runs here, as that's crazy. We only had an 85 when we ran this last year. This should be a better show. We'll see, though. FX and Nippon TV, obviously. Backstage Instance is Chris Candido. Well, that is unfortunate. Well, I say we just send him to rehab and see what happens. I say, at least he wants to put over El Samurai. So, the card is definitely going to have to be changed. We did change it up a little bit before we got into the show. But that is just unfortunate as far as to see the Blonde Bombers not being able to have a tag team title match now. Jushin the Thunder Liger will be the Best of Super Juniors winner. His first Best of Super Juniors as far as since we have co-branded as far as taking it from New Japan. But as far as two-time as a whole, which is great, you know, as far as to be the junior champion, then to win the Best Super Juniors, very, very massive to see. In the co-main event, Holy Demon Army versus Chono in Muta, as I know it's just Muto because he's still under Kaiji Muto for the tag team name, but the Great Muta gonna beat Akira Taue. It's a big win for the Great Muta. as far as getting that win back. They had an All-Asia. Of course, that was to crown the first ever All-Asia heavyweight champion once we brought that belt back. Now, Steven Regal and Shinya Hashimoto, unfortunately, they do not have great chemistry. I completely forgot about that. So that's unfortunate, but I think it's still going to be a good little matchup. Shinya Hashimoto will be getting the win there. Then we'll have, as I kind of forget, oh, that's right, the Canada Express matchup against Hansen and Johnny Ace, as Stan Hansen will get the win over the Canada Express. So they've had one tag team matchup. It's back in the first tag league in '92, which that was a 71 when we did it then. I think it's going to be a little bit better now, but Hansen and Johnny Ace will get the win. So this is not a 6-man anymore, it's an 8-man. So it's going to be Masawa, Koji Kanemoto, Takeo Omori, Jun Akiyama against obviously all of the members of Miracle Violence Alliances. Doc will be beating Takeo Omori there in 20 minutes. We'll skip the Blonde Bombers junior tag team matchup since we're not sure who exactly will be in that matchup. But this 6-man's been changed around. It was going to be a tag, and it was going to be obviously Norman Smiley rather than Johnny Smith, but they don't have any good chemistry, and just felt like a 6-man's better. So we had Terry Funk with the Gladiator Titans against Fighting World Choshu as the Gladiator, going to beat Ricky Choshu there. And Fuchi and Black Tiger 2 versus Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko to open up the show. Dean Malenko is going to beat Black Tiger 2. So now to determine who gets the tag team title match, or if we'll just scrap it entirely. I guess that shit bums me out. Bums me out. As now, because it's a pre-booking thing, let's just see what happens if we just hit book segment. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Because I need to be able to see... There we go. That's perfect. So, for this matchup, this is super, super tough to really decide. Yeah, Sama Nishimura was fantastic. We might do Nishimura and Naoki Sano. Even though Naoki Sano has that chronic knee injury. Yeah, because they had, I want to say, it was Kyoshi Tamura and Naoki Sano. Yeah, had the tag team title matchup. Which was a 92, one of the best ones of this reign. But yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to have, at least have Osamu Nishimura and Naoki Sano be involved in this matchup. Super Astro will get the win over Osamu Nishimura. Great little, another person's opportunity here for Naoki Sano and Osamu Nishimura to be able to step in and get a tag team title match. Oh yeah. As, I thought I changed it to let it be middleweight. It is. Damn, is Osamu Nishimura bigger than a... Oh wow, he's a light heavyweight. Jesus Christ. Way off. Way off. Alrighty. We will be fixing that. That's what happens. we just can't have nice things. I would love to have El Dandy get a tag team. Yeah, let's see here. Who could team up with El Dandy and it makes sense? Since he beat Super Astro, at least from that perspective, that match could at least make a little bit of sense. I could have swore him and Wellington Wilkins Jr. had good chemistry. I could be wrong. That's right, they've been losing a lot, unfortunately, but I think they did have some good chemistry, so they get the golden opportunity here, but Super Astro will get that win back over El Dandy. There we go. We figured it out. We fucked our way out of that terrible situation. Yeah, that's going to go before the 8-man. So this card, first of all, it's pretty stacked, but let's change the time if we can to make it a 3-hour show. As we'll take a look. See. Okay, so we're good there. Really, the only thing I want to see is kind of a deja vu scenario where after someone wins, as far as with Dean Malenko when he won the J Cup, out came as far as Liger. But now after Liger wins the Best Super Juniors, out comes Dean Malenko. So Liger gets challenged. by Dean Malenko. So yeah, just as far as this makes sense to have the trilogy. Makes sense. That will definitely be happening at the Royal Road Finals, which, crazy to think, the Royal Road is here. What a tournament, first of all, obviously. We're hoping to have a banger show there, but my God, as far as to have, I think, some of the best competing in that tournament should be very, very exciting. Let's run the show. Let's see how this Best Super Junior Finals plays out. Well, Jesus Christ, as the best opener we'll ever have. Unreal, a 99. Got the show off to a strong start. I would fucking say. Unreal. That Dean Malenko Wabeg's team is so awesome. And Fuchi with a 90 as well. Incredible stuff. Texas Cloverleaf there on Black Tiger 2. What a match. 92 for the 6-man tag of Terry Funk and the Gladiator Titans against the Fighting World of Choshu. It's Gladiator pinning Riki Choshu with an awesome bomb. Good shit. Hiroshi Ase with a 95. Terry Funk with a 91. Good stuff there. An 80, of course, to bring the card down. Super Astro pinning El Dandy with an Astro Scissors. Their 6 defense. It was a good little run, as far as for El Dandy. Short little run with us. But, WCW came calling back for him. It is what it is. 85, though, for the 8-man. Surprised this even got into the 80s, to be honest. But Masao, of course, and Doc doing a very tremendous job there. Military press slam from Dr. Death over to Kero Mori. That's quite a sight to see there, as it's a big win for the Miracle Vines Alliance. Obviously looking maybe to potentially become unified Grand Tag Team Champions. And a 99 for the All Asia Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, as Stan Hansen and Johnny Ace making their third defense. Oh, sorry, it's not even heavyweight, it's just tag team. That is right. As Stan Hansen, though, 96, 91 for Dan Crawford, 89 for Doug Furnace. That's actually a really good performance from the Can-Am Express team. Super proud of those guys. But yeah, that definitely was a lot better than their first matchup. 299 so far. We get a 90 for the Regal Hashimoto matchup. Even though they don't click, at least it's still a good little matchup, though. As the Jumping Spike DDT for Shinya Hashimoto, that's his second defense. It was All Asia Heavyweight title. And our co-main event, a 99 again, as the Grey Muda tapping out at Kiritawe with the Muda lock. Two teams with excellent chemistry. Just a banger. Just an absolute banger. The main event, it's a 99 as well, as Jushin Liger beating Hayabusa the Brainbuster. And he is your Best Super Juniors winner. What a match. As far as also, they've only had one singles match. It was at the Royal Road Finals last year for the Junior Heavyweight title, which Hayabusa beat Liger for. So pretty awesome to think that they had a match literally almost a year in the making. My God, though. I mean, yeah, best show ever for us, yeah? I don't think we've had a 98. If we did, it was only one. But 4 99s. Not bad. not bad at all. Jesus Christ. We still can't get 100, though. If there was going to be a match that was going to get 100, I thought it was going to be that tag team co-main event. But my God. I mean, who do you put over is the question. Honestly, we're going to kind of go with people that haven't really gotten, like Dan Crawford. Like, yeah, 91. Like, that was super impressive. Yeah, I mean, Masato Fuchi's gotten some praise as of late, I want to say. Not really, I guess. Yeah, Masato Fuchi for his performance in the opener. And, trying to think who else we could put over. Doc isn't a bad option. I don't see his name anywhere. Yeah, we'll give it to Doc. Hell yeah, what a show. I mean, I was very excited for that show going into it, but I did not expect that at all. My God, as that's a tough one to top. But, I mean, the Royal Road, it's usually a hell of a tournament, and we've seen, just in the first year we did it, seemed like it was a great success. I think, obviously with the talent we have, it's kind of hard to fuck shit up. Oh, I just realized we didn't pick the Tokyo Dome, so that was in front of 75,000 people. We went to a vacant lot and just feel like, all right, let's get a ring set up. We'll set up some chairs and we'll see who shows up. Well, that's kind of unfair because now we're gonna really do well money-wise. Yeah, that sucks, but it is what it is as far as me wanting to be realistic. But yeah, the Royal Road tournament, it's upon us. You see, we signed Abyss, though. We kind of went and signed some people that were just kind of hanging out. Abyss, we sent them to ECW just because I wanted to see an Abyss ECW run. Signed a couple of people, we sent them to FMW, and we'll kind of bring them into the fold once we're kind of good and ready. Mainly they're just underneath guys, because I just feel like the roster kind of needs to be shaped up a little bit. But yeah, that did tie that Summer Action Series show that happened last year, so 298. Still haven't got that 99 show. We're still striving for it, but man, that was impressive. That was impressive for sure. But thank you all for watching. As far as for this series, man, this series has been a lot of fun to book. We're coming up on the new year 2023. I just want to thank everybody who's been along for the ride here for the channel. This will be, when we go into 2023, that would be year 7 of doing YouTube. As far as Jesus Christ, now it's getting to the point where when I take my final breath, I'll have to have a chapter of my life dedicated to YouTube at this rate. It's pretty wild to think I just kind of did this as a hobby, and now to think I've been paid. I'm not going to brag, as I don't think it's really my place to say how much, but it's been a comfortable amount, I'll say, for just doing this, which is super, super cool. And it's stuff like I think it's the holiday season. You try to kind of reflect on a lot of things, and just super, super thankful for every one of you. Depending on if you were here from the beginning, from the TEW 2016 run, or we were booking WCW, or if you hopped along during this run, either from this series, the New Japan series, or the Noah series. As far as very, very thankful for every one of you. Hope you all have a magical holiday. Have a happy new year. As far as we will not be having any uploading during Christmas or Christmas Eve, so we'll be back Monday for our regular scheduled programming. We'll also have a double upload Monday because I don't want to have the FM stuff that comes out. I don't want it to be on Sunday, so just it'll be uploaded on Monday as well. But yeah, just as far as this has been, it's been a lot of fun to book. 40 episodes in, feel like we are definitely hitting our stride. Obviously, going into hopefully a successful Royal Road tournament. And just super thankful, super super blessed as well to have the continued support from you guys. It's been very much appreciated. And listen, the holidays, we as far as spending with loved ones, but I want to let everyone, as far as you're watching this, I got you. You're a loved one to me. As far as this is, because sometimes the holidays can get a little, as far as maybe, because of the weather, obviously now, as far as, I don't think I'll be driving anywhere to see anybody on Christmas or anything, so, especially with the weather the way it is, I'm sure around the U.S., and maybe even, as far as other places, for, as far as the UK with Unboxing Day and on all that fun jazz, or Boxing Day, I always want to call it Unboxing Day. I feel like that's what it nonetheless, as far as, well, that's a whole nother thing, but, as far as y'all loved by me, hugs and kisses to all you, I don't care, as far as y'all some real ones, for sure, but, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.